Facing a $15.8 million budget deficit for the 2024-2025 school year, Northwest ISD began exploring a voter approval tax rate election, or VATRE, for this fall. This consideration began as a result of a lack of state action to address school funding challenges, as state leaders have not adopted an increase to the basic allotment, the primary funding source for Texas public schools, since 2019. During this time, inflation has risen over 20% across the United States. This election would ask the community to consider approving a 3-cent increase to the maintenance and operations tax rate to balance the budget. If passed, the proposal would allow Northwest ISD to gain approximately $16 million in additional funding each year. In Texas, school districts are funded primarily through local tax dollars and state sources. For Northwest ISD, 84% of its operations budget comes from local tax dollars. Once collected, these local tax dollars go into 2 different buckets with specific uses. A maintenance and operations bucket, or M&O, pays for daily operations, such as staff salaries, student programs, and utilities. These are the funds necessary to conduct business every day. For Northwest ISD, more than 80% of the M&O budget goes to faculty and staff salaries or outsourced personnel. The interest and sinking bucket, or INS, is used to pay voter-approved debt from bond elections, similar to a mortgage payment. These INS funds allow the district to build new schools and facilities to provide space for rapid student enrollment growth. Because Northwest ISD is a fast-growth school district with high property values, it's classified as what's called a recapture or Robin Hood district. This means Texas law requires Northwest ISD to send a portion of its M&O funds paid by local taxpayers to the state each year. Over the past 4 years, Northwest ISD has sent more than $53 million in local taxpayer dollars to the state as recapture payments. If voters approve the VATRE, all $16 million in new funding would not be subject to recapture and would stay entirely within Northwest ISD. This VATRE election would ask local residents to consider a 3-cent increase to the tax rate. Instead of an M&O tax rate of 0.6669 cents per $100 of taxable property, voter approval would set the tax rate at 0.6969 per $100 of taxable property. If approved by voters, this M&O tax rate would still rank among the lowest in the area. For a home valued at $500,000 with a homestead exemption on file, this would equate to $120 more in taxes per year, or $10 per month. Voters would see the total tax rate of 1.1179 on the ballot. This rate is the combination of the M&O and INS tax rates. This tax rate would rank as Northwest ISD's second lowest annual tax rate in the past 30 years. For additional information about the VATRE, visit www.nisdtx.org/VATRE. We know you care about being informed as well as your right to vote, so please exercise your right to cast a ballot. Voters can cast ballots during early voting, which lasts from October 21st to November 1st. Election Day voting will take place Tuesday, November 5th. Be informed and exercise your right to vote.